Hey guys, how's it going? This part of the YouTube channel will be reserved for our interviews and just milling around, taking perspectives on different topics we're doing, such as MGTOW, feminism, Trump rallies, whatever the case may be. We're gonna go out and sort of like get people's perspective on it. But we're here in the city now, so just to give you guys a feel of what exactly we're gonna do, we're gonna interview random people about random topics and again, just get their takes on life. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you. So yes, we were just wondering your take on technology and if it's moving too fast. Like, can we keep up with the times, or do you think it'll pass us?
I think new generation will keep up.
You think new generations will get used to it?
Yeah.
And you?
I think we'll keep up with it, but I also think like it's tearing us apart between each other.
Right. Like we're instead of like bringing us closer, it's bringing us apart.
Yeah, but I also think that it's very important to keep bringing new technology because it's helping people live better.
So you believe we're sort of at this point like reliant on it?
Yeah.
Like we have no
100%.
choice. Because I was so like I downloaded Tinder the other day. Like it's a social like media site, and you know just to explore and like get like what's going on with the younger crowd and everything. And my girlfriend got pissed. So like obviously it's causing like stress.
I mean, obviously, because Tinder
Right.
it's a dating app, so.
It's a dating app.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like Instagram or like
No, it's
something
not.
like
Instagram
because there are
is
a lot
to
of
blow
profiles.
pictures. Yeah, no, Tinder, people go there because they're finding like a partner.
Okay, so do you think that is like more detrimental to society rather than like meeting like
Yes.
one-on-one or
100%, yeah. I feel like
You
people,
think
I think it's worse because people are not, like, they're not themselves. Because when you meet somebody face to face, it's
Yeah.
just you, so you get
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
And then online, you just say whatever and you don't care because you don't have the person and you cannot see their reaction to it. So it's
True.
like, people are braver online. That's what I feel like.
I was gonna say, but that could also maybe lower anxiety levels too, and maybe be
Yeah.
yourself more comfortable. But it also could lead to trolling and like
Yeah.
over the top,
Catfish.
just like and catfishing and stuff like that. But yeah, so overall positive outlook to the future.
Yeah.
All right, just stay off the dating websites, right? Thank you guys. Nice meeting you. Take care. We're talking about technology, and we're just wondering what people's like takes on where we're going into the future, as far as how fast we're going into the future, and you know how scary it could be for some people.
It's a very broad question.
It is. Well, the reason we ask is like today marks the anniversary. Like the U.S. is celebrating the 74th anniversary of the atom bomb, dropping it on Nagasaki.
Yeah.
So that was 74 years ago, and you know that was pretty scary back then. It's still pretty scary now. So 74 years into the future, like what could happen?
Yeah, I
Like
think.
your craziest idea. What do you think?
I mean, what comes to mind for me is the idea of like technology, obviously eliminating most jobs,
Right.
and then what is left for us in that case.
Absolutely. Do you think at some point it'll surpass us? And like, does artificial intelligence scare you at all?
I'm sure it does to a certain extent, but I think that with proper regulation, that like it's
Right.
something that we can
Hopefully it
control,
won't, yeah.
but who knows?
We'll see, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean that's great, and I mean happy 74th Nagasaki bomb, I guess.
Happy.
I don't know. I mean we won the war. I don't know, but yeah, good luck, enjoy.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
thank you again. Nice meeting you.
You too.
Elbe Kim.
All right, so I'm here with these two young fellas, and we're talking about technology today. So we're just wondering, when do you think, if you think technology is a good or bad thing? If you think it's a bad thing, like when do you think it should have been stopped?
Are you talking about like the progress of technology?
Exactly.
So I think it's a good thing, honestly.
You think it's a good thing?
The potential that it has.
Right.
I think the way we're using it is very bad. You know, the fact that we're using it in a bad way It's just that you're using them in the
Absolutely.
wrong
So
way.
the technology inherently isn't something bad, it's the implementation
Exactly.
rather. But do you think like maybe if we didn't have those capabilities, like I don't know, like 1902 was like a good time to kind of end it? We just had those cars, no internet, no communication. But I mean, you also did have like Black Death.
I would say intelligence have borders.
Right.
Stupid is not.
Absolutely.
So people just misuse it often
Yeah.
and don't care. And I guess wise people and people in a big group, and if they talk about they will decide it in a good way. But if you say it to one human, they never could decide it. Look at communism. It's just two people decided. Two
Right.
people. It's not enough. So
And my parents came from a communist country, so like obviously technology didn't really help either way. It was more the mentality of how things were, essentially implementation again. So overall, dumb people shouldn't use technology. Leave it to a select few.
they shouldn't decide
How would
how
you
to use
stop
it.
them though?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we probably just got to come up with a new app, I guess. If your IQ is above a certain level, you're good to go. Like Tinder, do you think like maybe?
Yeah, but what if your IQ is high, but you're just a really terrible person? You're like you're
Yeah.
intelligent enough to use it, but you're also intelligent enough to use it in a horrible way to
Right.
harm people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good question. And I mean, that's the questions we're here to answer because it's only progressing into the future. And eventually, we might not even be able to make those decisions. Like artificial intelligence is right around the corner. And, you know,
That's an interesting topic.
exactly. Like who's to decide whether or not they think we're obsolete? And maybe we're the dumb ones. Maybe we're not good enough. And then they make the decisions.
I would. Sorry.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I would see it like Aristoteles. He said the people who are like Platon, the people who decide the things is a group. And it's if I say dumb, it's for me just I don't think that people are really dumb. It's more just being in rush and say and decide fast.
Right.
Don't
More
think about
impulsive.
it. So yeah, and if you decide in a group and in a group of all different cultures, I guess then you can find the right way. But you have to change the way every day, every second. So that it's
Right.
perfect for the generation or for the people.
Yeah. So with like civil rights, you know, always like being important in our culture, do you think at one point we'll face the question of robot rights?
I think we already are.
Yeah? Like like
we not,
autonom-
but they do. Yeah.
What's that?
We not, but they do.
We're not potatoes?
No, we not, but they do.
Oh yeah, we not yeah,
We
we're
don't
not pot-
decide, but they already decide.
That's
everything.
that's fair enough. It might even be out of our hands. But is that something you would support, like a robot party or maybe even a robot president? Because again, we're right around the corner, so
I don't think about this. Just watching Rick
I've
and
never
Morty.
thought
that's
about
all.
it, but I probably wouldn't support it. No.
right.
It's
But I mean, would you be discriminating then in that case? You know, these are all questions that might come up. It's like,
so would I be discriminating against robots?
yes, by not allowing, you know, robot unions or the right to work for robots or robot sexual relationships, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't have anything against robots having
Right.
sexual relationships or anything like that, but I would watch that.
Yeah,
just to see
who
what it's
wouldn't?
like. But
You could learn a thing or two.
But I'm definitely, you know, biased towards the human side. So I would give humanity, a preference, basically.
Absolutely.
Always.
Almost like separate but equal, like even though they're superior, essentially.
Yeah, I think like if we're creating robots, right? And
Right.
Assuming they're not conscious beings or anything, so we're not creating life. We're just creating machines that are programmed.
Right.
We're creating them to serve humanity, right? So
Yes.
We're always going to put human lives in front of robots.
Absolutely. But the scary part is as they advance, maybe they become more autonomous, and then who's to say what is the difference between synthetic life and carbon-based life? And then this sounds like maybe, you know, I'm not saying it is because, you know, but hate speech for robots in the future, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they'll be looking at this 50 years from now and they're like, can you believe these guys are like, we shouldn't even have rights?
It's fucking technophobes.
Yeah, exactly. Those goddamn technophobes. But yeah, exactly. So it's scary stuff, but I mean, that's where we're heading to, and it's better to talk about this now, I see, as opposed to when the overlords, you know, take action against humans.
But what can we change?
I don't know. That's what I'm
What can we
saying.
change if we talk about it, making podcasts?
Just like, getting people more aware and just like realizing that there's not an immediate danger, but it's in the near future. Like it can just sneak up on us and we don't have a say.
But do we have the power if we talk about it? Do we can change really things? Because at the end we're just knocking on the door. Just look at the 70s.
Right.
They want to change it. They had the good plans, but at the end, flower power. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. That's the thing about this country. It's like we have the freedom of speech. So I guess it could even be an illusion to some people, but at least we're out in the open talking about it. Whereas in other countries, like where my parents are from, it's more hush hush.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna get, robot overlords anytime soon. But it's just a curious topic. It's like, what if we go down that road, and what can we, if anything, do about it?
Yeah, and if anything, talking about it is better than just like sitting around and complaining.
Absolutely, yeah. And then, like maybe keep the leash on the robot slaves a little longer, and until we die, and then pass it along to our children. Thank you again, guys.
Do it the responsible way.
Exactly, pass it on to someone else. And you know what I'm saying?